That is the uniqueness of Hanukkah. Because not every Yom Tov and every month we have Halal and Haidah, giving thanks to God. And to light a candle. So what is the idea of Hanukkah? Hanukkah's idea of rededication. That means it was before also. It was in the time of Shlomo HaMelech. We know that Shlomo HaMelech was 15 generations from Avraham Avinu, which that represents also a completeness. As we see, the Levana, the moon, comes complete on the 15th day. So he was the 15th generation from Avraham Avinu, which started to light up the world with godliness. As we know, Avraham Avinu started the 2,000 years of Torah. So basically, it's only a rededication. Because if it was a new thing, it would say Binyan. Chag HaBinyan. But not Chanukah, which means education, rededication. And one of the things we see by Chanukah, that it was impure, and they had to make it pure. V'ti'aru es mikdashecha, they had to make it pure. And then they can light the menorah. Now every Jew has the Beis HaMikdash in him. Like it says, V'shachanti b'soicham. I dwell in them. It does not say b'soichai, in him. In it, which that will be in the Kodesh HaKadoshim. V'asu li mikdash shachanti b'soicham. B'soicham is in each and every single Jew. The Beis HaMikdash is in him. And he has the menorah, he has the shulchan, he has the mizbeach. And this rededication of the mizbeach and the Ketores is connected to each and every Jew. And the reason for this is as follows. Each and every Jew has place to become more pure. A person can say, I am pure enough. I fulfill Torah mitzvahs. I keep to all the mitzvahs. I keep to the Torah. I learn Torah. It's brought down that if you have nothing to put on, no avedas that you can pinpoint, then you should go learn Torah. Because once you learn Torah, you'll see that you're not even holding anywhere. And it will show you where you're holding a life by learning Torah. Specifically, Pnimius HaTorah, the inner parts of Torah. Now, how do we see that? We see that even by Karbanis, that something could be holy or good for one aspect. But when you come to another aspect, it's not holy enough. When you come to a third aspect, it's not holy enough. When you come to a fourth aspect, it's not holy enough. And then for the Karban Chatas, the Efer, Hapara, and the water, forget it. It has to be much holier than Kedusha in itself. Something that can go on the Mizbeach, something to go for Ma'aser Isha and Ma'aser Sheni, something to go for Truma. It's still not enough for Para Aduma. So we see over here is that no matter how high a person is, he has to know he still has to purify himself. And we know that the hardest mitzvah to accomplish is learning Torah day and night. And that's where we mess up a lot of times, because we occupy ourselves with other things. And when it comes to Torah, we push it off. And this avodah is connected to every single Jew. Until Mechayte Veitzecha, someone that even cuts wood. Because the Kohen Gadol Kodesh Kodashim needs wood for the Efer of the Para Aduma. So it's shaykh to every single Jew to become more pure. And that is our avodah. Learn more Torah. If you're confused in life, learn Torah. Torah has all the answers of your life. In your life. Whatever it may be. Because God looked into the Torah and created the world. Istakel beiraisa vora alma. So everything is in Torah. And one of the nisim of the Beis Hamikdash was ve'idliku neiris chatzis bechatzis kodecha, that you were able to light the menorah bechatzis kodecha. We know that the menorah, which was a nes, was with the olive oil that lasted 8 days. Or the jug never ended until they were able to bring more oil. So why is v'idliku neis chatzerecha? That is, it's not enough to be holy where you are. You have to go out into the world. Even in the chatzer. Even in the courtyard. Which, what is the idea of the menorah? Has to be a Pesach Beisim Bachutz. Has to be on the outside door of your home. It has to light up the outside of the outside world. You cannot keep it to yourself. So if you light up yourself, light up the world also. And as we know, that the whole month is connected with shemen, oil, because Primis HaTorah is also shemen. There's a vert. There's a saying that koichin es hazayis. You have to crush the olives to get the oil out. The same thing is with us. That it's not easy to harvest Torah, but we have to crush ourselves to learn Torah. Take your mind off everything when learning Torah. When learning Torah, it's called Shabbos. Shabbos. Shabbos, you can't pick up the phone if it's ringing. Same thing here. When you're learning Torah, it's called Shabbos. And therefore, Chanu Chaf Hey is olive oil which is connected to Pnimis HaTorah. You have Yud Kislev, the Chag Agula of the Mittler Rebbe, the Mittler Rebbe, the Chag Agula of the Mittler Rebbe, and Yud Tes Kislev is the Chag Agula of the Alter Rebbe, which that is connected to Pnimis HaTorah. As we know, the Alter Rebbe had two places where to go when he was newly married, either to Vilna or to the Mezritcher Magid. He said to himself, to learn, I can give I have some learning in me, so I don't need to learn. The Shemagid has the yin of tefillah, davening, and that's where he went. So tefillah, halavai shispal kol yom. Halavai, a person should daven the whole day. And as we see, that how do we know that Yishmael did tshuva when Avram passed away? So we see by Yishmael the same idea that you see by Sarah Imenu. Sarah Imenu, it says, Ayu Mecha Yisar Shnecha Shevesh Shana Besim Shana B'Meir Shana. By Yishmael also says that. By Avram it also says that. Every year separate. By Avram it says, pass away without any sin. Sarah it says, Ben Meir kiven Esrim, the Yoifi, Ben Esrim kiven Sheva, Lichet, without sin. And Avram says, so by Yishmael it doesn't say anything. And that's a teaching for us now also. Because the whole purpose of Yishmael's years was only to figure out Yaakov's life, Yaakov's years. That means, no matter where Yishmael was holding, whether in 100 years, when we see at the end of his life he did tshuva, whether ben shloishim to gevura, to strength, ben sheva, or how many years he was, lenoi, without nichet when he was 7 years old, or we have to know that nothing is compared to Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu was greater than that. And that's what we have to know. That nothing is compared to Yaakov. They can have Gevurah, but Yaakov is a whole different ballgame, much higher. There's nothing compared, no matter how many years he had, no matter what years Yishmael had. doesn't reach Yaakov's level. Be'ez Hashem, we will stand strong, and we'll do mitzvahs b'simcha, we'll learn Torah b'simcha, with joy, we'll break through all boundaries, and then we'll light the menorah, the Beis HaMikdash Shlishi, take it from Yad Mamash now. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach, forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach, forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach, forever and ever.